Samsung have just dropped the A series for 2025 and they are sporting some serious good value. We got hands on at Mobile World Congress in Barcelona and checked them out. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel, and we have some of our team over in Barcelona at the moment checking out the new A series at Mobile World Congress. I'm getting an A56 soon, so make sure you hit subscribe because I've got some content planned to show you guys all about it. But let's break down what's happening. Samsung are releasing 3 new Galaxy A series, the A26, the A36, and the Galaxy A56. The 3 of them, in terms of design, are nearly identical in terms of their aesthetic, barring the A26, which has a little notch as opposed to Infinity O display on the 36 and the 56. But barring that, you're actually getting pretty much the same size display on all of them. In fact, they are. It's a Full HD Plus 6.7-inch adaptive 120Hz display on all 3 models. They also almost have the same dimensions, give or take a few millimeters here or there. Go check out our website where we break down the specs on these devices. All 3 of them also nearly weigh the same too, so you're going to get a very similar in-hand feel when you use these phones. The highlights for me when it comes to design are the camera island. Samsung have sort of shifted away from unifying the entire Galaxy range and actually experimenting a little bit with the A series, which I like. All 3 cameras on the back are housed with this camera island, and I really like sort of the look and the contrast that it gives between that and the back glass. And there's some really cool colors on display as well. So the back of the phone on the A series this year, I'm a big fan of, especially this colorway that reminds me a lot of the S10 series or even the Note 10 Plus when that came out. It also, the camera island looks like it was on the Fold, and that's a premium one. And on the side profile of the A series, you've got this raised island keys area, and it's got like a little ridge underneath it where you can kind of rest your thumb against, and then the keys are sort of raised on the side. Again, it's just like a bit of experimenting and creating a bit of point of difference between the S series and the A series. It still very much looks uniquely Samsung, especially the camera island, but now there's some separation. Floating cameras for S, camera island for A. Inside that camera island, you have 3 cameras, all very similar in terms of their flexibility offering, but varying in terms of their quality. The A56, of course, has the best offering of the 3. You've got a 50 megapixel main camera. That main sensor is also the same size as the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, and the S24 FE. So you're getting a flagship size sensor in an A series phone. Great value. You've got a 12 megapixel ultra wide above that, and then you've got a 5 megapixel macro camera. Why that still needs to be there, I don't know. I guess there is some sort of difference to be had between that and the S24 FE, which I understand. The A36 has the same setup, but the 50 megapixel main sensor is a little bit smaller, and then the ultra wide camera is only 8 megapixel, and you still have that 5 megapixel macro camera. The A26 reduces it again, where you have still a 50 megapixel main camera, but the sensor is smaller. You have an 8 megapixel ultra wide from the A36, but a 2 megapixel macro camera. Ugh. This year, though, the cameras will probably gain some advancements via processing and new image signal processor. So a lot to do with noise and nightography. Again, when I get my A56, I'll be able to put that to the test. And I really am looking forward to testing the video output because there's some improvements that I've heard about on that side as well. As far as performance goes, all 3 of them have a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. Staggering that Samsung are offering massive batteries, at least for now, in this range. And for the first time on A series, the A56 and the A36 have 45 watt fast charging. The A26 is stuck at 25 watt, but honestly, for that consumer segment, they're not going to bother. The big story for me, as far as specs for performance goes, is the removal of microSD expansion on the A56 and the A36. It's still there on the A26. I think they maybe wanted to offer one in the range, but the A56 and A36, it's gone. And especially if you've got lots of memories banked up on SD cards from previous phones that you maybe are switching from, it could be disappointing to learn that you don't have that to bring with you. The chips, as well as the cameras, are where you probably get the most separation here. The A56 headlines the range with the Exynos 1580. It's a 4nm chip. It's going to give really good performance for this price point. The A36 has the Snapdragon 6 Gen 3, and then the A26 has an Exynos 1380. It's a bit confusing how they're using different chips as part of the range, but there doesn't really need to be that same consistency here like there is with the S series because these phones are targeted at very different consumers. Impressively, Samsung have brought some AI features down to the A series, but some of the features sort of match what you've seen before with some new ones blended in as well. Those features plus One UI 7, which operates really nicely over here, actually gives a really nice, almost flagship experience on these phones. I definitely plan on doing videos about One UI 7 on the A series and how it compares to the Galaxy S25 and even the beta on the S24. The Galaxy AI features are really nice too. They've got this one called Video Trim, which I like the sound of. It automatically trims start and end of videos, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. And also, Generative Edit is also here too, and as you can see, works really well. Overall, the phones provide a really nice aesthetic, and for this price point and this value, I think give you more than what you've had before. Especially in a world where the iPhone 16e exists, the price point on that, even though you've got the A18 chip, doesn't match its value offering. Whereas I think with the A series, Samsung is giving really awesome value. Maybe not in terms of other Android competitors, but if you're wanting a Samsung ecosystem, this is a really good entry point at a really good price point. I also like that they've taken more risks with the design. You know, the island keys and the camera island makes it look a little bit more fun and expressive. And hopefully Samsung sort of adopt that moving forward with the S series too. Got plenty more A series content planned, so make sure you hit subscribe to SamMobile TV to check that out, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.